Morning, algebra students. Here we are starting our third unit. This is all about equation solvings. Unit 3 is on equations. And 3-1 notes is solutions to equations. So naturally, when we're talking about an equation, it absolutely positively needs to have an equal sign. Without an equal sign, it's just an expression. The goal of equation solving, which if you had me as your Math 7 teacher, you should know this or might briefly remember it. The goal of equation solving is to isolate the variable. Isolate the variable. And when we talk isolate, we mean getting it, there we go. I mean getting that by itself, getting it alone. And we do that, we isolate that variable by using what is called inverse operations. And by inverse operations, we mean things like, if I'm talking about addition, the inverse of addition is subtraction. If I'm talking about multiplication, the inverse of multiplication is division. The one that we just learned in our last unit, if I have something that's being squared, like if I have x squared, the inverse of a square is a square root. So these are those inverse operations that we're going to use to solve equations. Then we go ahead and look at the definition of a solution. A solution is just a value that when substituted in, when you take it and plug it back in for the variable, it makes that equation or that inequality, the less than, greater thans, it makes it true, meaning that you end up with a true statement. Like the question on your take-home quiz that asks you, I think it ends up being, is 2 greater than 2, which is not a solution because it's not true. So yeah, there we go. There's that first part. We'll take a look at example 1 in the next one.